everyone, getting ready to play some Horde chess, or Dunsany's chess, on leechess.org. Chess. How many times can I say chess in one sentence? And will this person ever move? Hello? So Horde chess is an interesting variant. 32 white pawns versus a standard complement of chess pieces for black. And the object is for black to capture all of the pawns. White still wins in the normal way, trying to checkmate the black king. It actually finally made a move. So the strategy, I think, I've only played this a handful of times. I've won a lot using the black pieces. I think the strategy here is to try and get your heavy pieces, especially the queen, to the back row. Then you can decimate the pawns from behind. Another thing you can try to do is lock up the pawns and force them into advancing into captures. Typically, we'll have to use some of your pieces to sacrifice in order to open up lines and just sort of eliminate the pawns as they come through. Let's see. Well, I do want to open up some lines here. Let's open that up. And open lines here. Yeah, it's defending this. Okay. So now, if I could just get queen to a5, well, if it was queen to a5 in my move, I'd take on e1 and win the game, essentially. But I can't do that. Okay. This pawn is blocked, which is a bit of a problem. I really want to probe on this side. So, how do I get the queen there? Let's try this. It looks silly, allowing him to lock things up further, but what the hell? You never know until you try. It's sometimes not very clear to see how things will shake out in this, at least for me. I mean, Grandmaster might be able to look at this and figure it out in 1 second, but I think this just drops stuff. Am I wrong? I mean, he takes, I take, he takes, and then I take with the bishop. Oh, okay. Interesting. Now I have this bishop is maybe has some places to go. Can't play f6 realistically. Could try taking twice there, or taking once rather. I'm gonna have to start to use some of the pieces, sacrificing the pieces for some of these pawns. Seems like it might be the only way to do it. He doesn't really have any pawn weaknesses. You know what? He has a weakness on e3. He can cover it, but maybe I can then maneuver my bishop around to some useful square, or get it trapped. Let's get the bishop trapped. You know what? I'm fed up with this dark squared bishop. I want to lose that piece on purpose. Oh, thank you. Sometimes this is the way that these Horde chess games go. I actually should get crushed, but you know, it's easy with all your white pawns. You start to, get hallucinations, and you don't realize that you're about to that your move drops a pawn or something like that. Okay, here's my plan. Sacrifice a bunch of stuff on c6, sack this, and then come in with the queen. So let's do this one. Take here once, and then again. Wait, let's see if he's stupid enough to capture with the e pawn. I won't have to sacrifice the other knight. D pawn, sorry. I'm hallucinating from all these white pawns. I need more coffee. Aha! He sees the plan. So it meant I sacrificed for nothing, I guess? Okay. Well, no use giving up the knight for nothing. Let's see what we can get for it. Can I get to b6? No, you can plug those holes. a5, b6. This is looking juicy. This is interesting. I wonder if a knight is effective at infiltrating enemy lines and capturing pawns behind the... You know, if I soften it up enough using the knight, then the queen should be able to get in, and I should win the game. Of course I can't get in with the knight. Yeah. Should actually think before I make my move. That might be helpful. That's just going to run into c5. Let's see what he does on this. He can win some pawns this way. This guy looks like he's pretty good. He knows how to handle a horde. He's a horde handler. He's a high talker. Okay. That doesn't look good for me. Detect that. Well, he dropped some pieces before. He might drop some more. I could play f6. I still have some pawns left. Okay, c6 would be annoying. Let's make sure I can capture twice if he plays that. He'll probably play d5 to support that further. No, he doesn't. Do I have any way in? Rook takes, pawn takes, queen a5. How do you defend this? Play here, I take there. That should work. I'll leave my king and my pieces to fend for themselves. When they're just facing a horde, it's really not an issue. Yeah, so I think this is typically you attack a weak pawn in a way in which defending will create other weaknesses. Alright, so I play here, I would take this. Then I would get in. So instead, let me get rid of all these damn circles. You allow me to take this. You have to do something that where I'm allowed to take this. So you're going to play, for example, c2. When I take, then you play here. Okay. Interesting. I don't mind trading there. Let's just take here right away. I'm threatening the square and invasion. So you should have played c2. Then when I take here, you play b6, and you've lost a pawn, but you've covered everything. Now, the more you try and block my queen out, I think the easier it is for me to get in. Maybe not. Oh, okay. You're just letting me in. That's very nice of you. Thank you. Now it's time to turn into a vacuum cleaner. And no, I'm not saying that because I suck. It's time to eat all the pawns. Covering these squares with the knights and the bishop. Now I'm hitting that. This one's more important. Try and go after the base of the most furthest advanced pawn. I'm not worried about this pawn, for example. It's not going to hurt me. It's just a pawn. It can't hurt you. Do I do a knight or do I use the bishop? I think I want to keep the bishop. Probably more useful. Alright, this game is in the bag. I'm not even going to lose on time today. It's a miracle. It would be a Christmas miracle if it wasn't the middle of November. Okay, d6 falls. After d6, come back, eat this way. Yeah, so d6 falls. This is weak. This is, well, yeah, this is going to be weak. What else is weak? It's helpful to identify the weak pawns here. Who can I eat up, and which would be the fastest way to do it? Triple attack. And if you play here, I take here. So really no way you can cover your weaknesses here. I think for the Horde, in situations like this, you have to think of the greater good and give up, like, for example, one of these pawns, or try and defend not the pawns but the squares that allow me to invade. I mean, at this point it's pointless because they're going to lose. Maximum attack. Okay, let's defend Queenie square, defend this square. Might have to give up a piece, but oh, he actually, this is nice because he can't play a5. Who do I take next? Let's take this one. Keeping an eye on these pawns. Oh, sneak attack. Look at this. A sneak attack. Okay, centralize the queen. Actually ahead on time. Okay, you're not forcing through a promotion here. Or at least not one that is effective. Alright, probably play g7 takes and then f8 queen, just so that you say they queened a pawn. Oh. Well, actually I could do that. My centralized queen holds everything up. Yeah, I just take g7, I take with the queen. I don't even have to allow him to promote. This king is going to stop that pawn for all eternity. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, and I don't even need the queen to defend that anymore. Let's attack this and this. I could just take him with the rook. I'm getting sloppy. One of the first Horde chess games I put on this channel, I didn't realize that you could actually, there could be a stalemate. If white has no moves, it's stalemate, it's a draw. So there was one pawn left, and I had some arrangement like this, tons of pieces, and I actually, white was actually able to stalemate. It was pathetic. Okay. Let's hope that doesn't happen again. Let's take a minute, make sure there's not a stalemate. Take here, then it has to play check, take. I'll be controlling this square, so it should work. Check, take, 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 take. Yeah, I'm not going to be actually blocking the pawn with a piece that can't take it, right? In fact, I think it's actually almost, it's a challenge to stalemate. I don't know how I did it in the other game. I played a move that purposely blocked the pawn without taking it. Okay. And now, bye-bye, guy. Good game. Thanks for watching.